Hello there, I'm Muhammed, Ahmad, Hamdan, and this is Nightline, and here are the top stories. Family of 5, including 2 young girls, found dead in suspected murder-suicide. Lunar New Year festivities nationwide showcase unity among Malaysians. Good morning. Muslims in Malaysia will begin their Ramadan fast on Thursday. The announcement was made in a live television broadcast on Tuesday night by the keeper of the ruler's seal, Tan Sri Syed Daniel Syed Ahmad. The date was set by the order of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Sultan Ibrahim, after being consented to by the Malay rulers. The Ramadan moon sighting took place on Tuesday evening at 29 locations nationwide, including the Al-Khawarizmi Astronomy Complex in Kampung Balik Batu, Melaka, and at the Putrajaya International Convention Centre. A shocking tragedy has rocked the quiet community of Taman Cerating Damai in Kuantan, Pahang, when a family of 5 was found dead in their home. A man is believed to have killed his mother, wife, and 2 young daughters before taking his own life, with police investigating financial problems as a possible motive. The family of 5 was found dead inside their single-story house by the suspect's 15-year-old sibling, who was awakened by a loud commotion at around 7 a.m. Pahang Police Chief Datuk Sri Yahaya Othman said the deceased were identified as a 55-year-old woman, her 32-year-old son, who is also the suspect, his 28-year-old wife, and their 2 daughters, aged 3 and 4. Preliminary investigation suggests the man had slashed his mother, wife and daughters before stabbing himself.
Kami dimaklumkan dia baru berhenti bekerja di Selangor dan baru pindah ke rumah ni lebih kurang dalam sebulan, dan baru seminggu bekerja di Kuantan.
Motif dia tu apa, mental ke, ada masalah keluarga?
Motif kita dalam siasatan lanjut.
Ya. Antara fokus dia?
Boleh kita tak tahu apa masalah kewangan ke apa.
2 of the man's other siblings who lived in the same house were at work during the incident. The bodies of the couple and their children were discovered in a bedroom, while the remains of the suspect's mother was found in the kitchen. Police also recovered a knife believed to have been used in the killings. All 5 bodies were sent to the Tengku Ampuan Afzan Hospital for post-mortem examinations. The case is being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. Meanwhile, residents of the close-knit community said they were stunned by the incident, describing it as completely out of character for the quiet neighborhood. When met by reporters on Tuesday, residents of Taman Cerating Damai, a housing estate not far from the popular Cerating beach, told reporters they did not hear or notice anything unusual.
Saya tak sedar apa-apa pun. Saya duduk kat luar nak makan naya tu, tengok ada anak dia. Lepas tu saya masuk tengok polis mari. Kenapa pula polis mari? Saya tu tak apa-apa lah. Kalau dia minta tolong wah tu senang. Kita boleh telefon ke bawah bala kan apa kan.
Neighbors said both the victims and the suspect were known to be friendly, approachable, and well-liked within the community. Meanwhile, family members of the victims who were present at the scene declined to comment and said they are still in shock over the incident. They have also appealed to the public not to speculate on the incident while investigations are ongoing. The government must remain firm in safeguarding harmony within Malaysia's multiracial society. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim said at the same time, unity cannot be sustained by policy alone, stressing that Malaysians of all backgrounds must continue to practice tolerance, cooperation and mutual respect. The Prime Minister was speaking at a Chinese New Year open house hosted by the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall. Anwar said the issue of national unity is nothing new, noting that even before independence, past leaders had repeatedly warned of the challenges posed by racial division and the importance of working together as one.
To remind Malaysians, if you want to succeed, We have to accept there are problems, there are differences, but we must work to solve as one great society, united family of Malaysians. And that is why sometimes you see the government has got to be firm to protect the need for societies to work together.
66大顺，新兴报喜，八方来财，九九同心，十全十美。
Anwar also gave assurance that the Madani government will continue to intensify its efforts to preserve peace, promote shared prosperity, and ensure that progress is enjoyed by all Malaysians. Earlier, the Prime Minister attended a Chinese New Year open house hosted by MCA, where he described the Year of the Horse as a symbol of stronger economic growth and renewed national momentum. Anwar said the horse symbolizes energy, speed and determination, qualities he hopes will drive Malaysia towards improved economic performance in the months ahead. Anwar arrived at the event at around 9:30 a.m. and was welcomed by MCA President Datuk Sri Wee Ka Siong. Also present was Deputy Prime Minister and Barisan National Chairman Datuk Sri Ahmad Zahid Hamidi. During the event, Anwar took part in the Yi Sang tossing ceremony before joining guests for the festive meal.
Hari ini hari yang patut tumpu semangat perpaduan, Hari Raya Cina, kongsi pacai, Sinian Kuala. Okey, itu yang penting sekarang. Jangan duk sibuk soal-soal lain nantilah, sabar. Okey, lebih baik fokus hari ini biar semangat rakyat sama satu.
The celebration drew more than 2,000 attendees from various communities who were treated to a spread of festive dishes. Across the country, celebrations were carried out in full swing, reflective of Malaysia's rich multicultural spirit. In Terengganu, the festivities were warmly embraced by the Peranakan community, with the celebration in Kampung Tirut standing out for its strong display of interracial unity. Guests were treated to a variety of local favourites, including nasi dagang, laksa, nasi minyak, and an assortment of traditional kuih. Attendees described the celebration as a meaningful reflection of Malaysia's multiracial identity, with neighbours coming together early in the day to help prepare for the festivities. Meanwhile, the Chinese New Year open house in Kuching drew thousands of visitors from diverse backgrounds, reinforcing Sarawak's long-standing tradition of openness and inclusivity. Among those present were Sarawak Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar and Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Fadilah Yusof. The event, which began around 10 a.m., transformed the convention hall into a vibrant sea of red, filled with the rhythmic beats of lion dance drums and the lively chatter of a multi-ethnic crowd. In Kota Kinabalu, more than 20,000 people turned up for the state government's Chinese New Year open house. The event was attended by Sabah Yang di-Pertua Negeri Tun Musa Aman and Chief Minister Datuk Sri Haji Jinur. The celebration featured the traditional Yi Sang tossing ceremony along with colourful cultural performances, adding to the festive atmosphere. Amid modern life, a Baba Nyonya family in Malacca continues to preserve its heritage each Chinese New Year. The celebration is also shared with a Muslim daughter-in-law, reflecting a strong spirit of unity and family togetherness. In Taman Semabuk Jaya, 88-year-old George Lim never fails to gather his children, grandchildren and relatives for the festive celebration. Family members work together to prepare a variety of dishes, including traditional Baba Nyonya specialties such as ayam pongteh and Nyonya pineapple tarts. For the father of 2 and grandfather of 5, the celebration is more than an annual event. It is a symbol of heritage passed down through generations.
Lepas sembahyang, panggil angkat ampau, beri cucu-cucu anak semualah, beri ampau sama dia, ucapkan selamat tahun baru Cina lah. Ini macam lah, malam raya lah.
While many traditions are similar to the wider Chinese community, this Peranakan family continues to preserve its unique identity through customs, food and respect for elders. The experience is also shared by his daughter-in-law, Nyonya Abdul Rahman.
Culture kita Melayu dengan Baba Nyonya ni tak jauh beza dia. Makan, percakapan, pakaian, jadi mudahlah untuk saya untuk bercampur dengan saudara mara.
Nyonya said the most meaningful moment each year is the chance to reunite with relatives returning from abroad. Now, as millions celebrate Chinese New Year across Malaysia, the festival continues to reflect the country's multicultural spirit. Nightline's Nurin Razmin went to the ground to find out what the celebration means to people from different backgrounds.
In Malaysia's multiracial and multi-religious society, festive seasons are often shared and celebrated together. For many, the festival is as much about family and food as it is about bringing people from different communities together.
My favorite part, obviously, getting ampau from my aunties and uncles, and also eating their mooncakes, since mooncakes have a lot of flavors.
Jadi semua culture boleh sambut lah. Contoh kalau hari Cina, Melayu or India boleh sambut together lah.
Even visitors from abroad said they are happy to join in the festivities.
We think it's great. I mean, we're from the US. We've been in Singapore for the past year, and we also like to take part, so we think it's wonderful.
And with Ramadan just around the corner, some said the overlap of festive seasons is just part of life in a multicultural nation.
Today is Chinese New Year and then tomorrow or the day after is Ramadan, right? But it's okay because we're Malaysian, right? So it's not that very complicated.
Chinese New Year is deeply rooted in Chinese tradition. But in Malaysia, the celebration goes far beyond just one community. From open houses to shared meals and festive visits, the season has become a time for all Malaysians of all backgrounds to come together. I'm Nur Razmin from TV3, wishing you all a joyous Chinese New Year. Gong Xi Fat Choi.
Flash floods that hit several parts of Ipoh, Perak on Monday night are being described by residents as the worst they have experienced in more than 10 years. The flood struck suddenly, catching many off guard and leaving little time for residents to move their belongings to safety.
Ini Sungai Pinji, Lempah, ini Manjoy.
Among the worst affected areas were Kampung Manjoy and Kampung Tengku Hussein. Residents say heavy rain lasting more than 2 hours caused water levels to rise rapidly, reaching waist-high levels by around 8 p.m.
Lebih kurang setengah jam tu kita orang perasan air dah naik dah. Dia dah start naik sini. Dalam masa setengah jam dia dah start masuk rumah dah. Lepas tu bila kita alert benda tu kita tengok kita dah start angkat naik barang lah. Tapi dalam masa setengah jam tu dalam rumah memang sekaki lah. Maknanya ni yang kali kedua lah lepas 10 tahun dulu.
This time, the flooding was made worse by water surging in from 2 directions at once, causing it to rise faster than usual.
Sampai balik-balik, habis dah separuh kereta dah, tenggelam ni. Habis dalam rumah, apa semua, tak ada orang kami. Kalau air ni semalam parah ni, separuh kereta.
26 people from 10 families have been relocated to a temporary evacuation center at the community hall in Kampung Tengku Hussein, which was opened at 5 p.m. on Tuesday.
Meanwhile, the flood situation in several parts of Perak has also drawn the attention of the Prime Minister, who said immediate assistance has been mobilized for the affected families. On his official X account, Anwar expressed concern over the impact of the flooding and said he has been receiving continuous updates on the situation, particularly in the Manjoy area. He added that the government will continue to closely monitor developments on the ground and make the necessary preparations should conditions worsen. The Prime Minister also offered prayers that the situation will ease soon to allow residents in Manjoy to return to their daily routines as quickly as possible. The Education Ministry said it has received strong response from parents nationwide for the 2027 academic year. In just 3 days of the registrations being opened, the ministry has recorded more than 26,000 applications for 6-year-olds entering Year 1, while over 100,000 applications were received for children aged 7. Education Director General Datuk Muhammad Ahmad said both cohorts have recorded encouraging numbers since the online registration portal opened on Sunday.
Kita dapati permohonan setakat ini bagi umur 7 tahun yang tahun lahir 2020 dan 6 tahun plus 7 tahun ni dia permohonan telah diperolehi oleh Kementerian Pendidikan sebanyak 165,906 orang dan bagi umur 6 tahun itu 5 plus dan 6 tahun ini yang tahun kelahirannya pada 2021 dia seramai 26,229.
He added that parents who missed the March 31st deadline for registering 6-year-olds will still have another window to apply from April 1st until November 15th, provided an assessment has been carried out to confirm that their child is ready for formal schooling. Parents may also approach their respective state education departments, district education officers, or the selected school directly for further assistance.
Visit Malaysia 2026. Ambition, strategy, and global competition. How is Malaysia positioning itself in a fast-changing travel landscape? Trends, opportunities, and what it takes to win. Zahir Kelvin Ong Abdullah speaks with tourism industry leader Datuk Tan Kok Liang. Only on Money Matters this Saturday at 5 p.m. on TV3 and stream on Tonton.
We're taking a short breather. Up next, women killed in 3-vehicle crash. Stay tuned.
Orang di antara rasul-rasul yang berada di atas jalan Tuhannya.
Rasul Melayu ni cakap minum arak bukan sesuatu yang salah.
Dia menyatakan saya tak perlu nak sembahyang, hanya sekadar untuk melakukan kebaikan.
Jika itu benar-benar Rasulullah, jika kita ada Rasul tugas dia memimpin manusia tersebut.
Saya pun tak rasa vibe Rasul lah yang dia cuba persuade kita tentang kerasulan dia ke, tak adalah.
You know, when I heard
daripada Buletin Pagi,
seorang jurujuk,
seorang nelayan bagi
menjadi penyampai berita memerlukan aura dan magis pada suara, keterampilan, keyakinan dan pesona. Kami mencari wajah baru Buletin TV3. Ayo, serlahkan potensi anda menjadi suara yang dipercayai negara.
Welcome back. State media clubs under the Federation of Malaysian Media Clubs are urged to submit proposals to strengthen welfare support for former media practitioners. The proposals include creating a more structured mechanism to assist industry veterans. Communications Minister Datuk Fahmi Fadil said the suggestions could be considered ahead of National Journalist Day, Hawana, this June.
Saya lihat selepas ini ada beberapa perkara yang kita akan susuli. Satu, untuk berhubung dengan Exco dan juga dengan ahli parlimen untuk beberapa bantuan termasuk hospital.
Fahmi spoke after presenting a Hawana Care Fund contribution to former TV3 cameraman Idrus Rahmat, aged 55, who is currently battling liver cancer and heart problems.
Saya rasa baguslah diteruskan lagi untuk semua rakan-rakan media yang seluruh Malaysia lah, kan? Dan bantuan ni sikit sebanyak bolehlah untuk saya kesihatan saya.
A woman was killed while two men were injured in a three-vehicle crash at kilometre 443.2 of the North-South Expressway near Bukit Beruntung. The Selangor Fire and Rescue Department received an emergency call at 7:33 a.m. involving a lorry carrying limestone and two cars. A total of 14 personnel and 3 fire engines from the Rawang fire station were dispatched to the scene. The lorry driver in his 40s suffered serious head injuries, while the driver of one of the cars sustained minor injuries. A female passenger was pronounced dead at the scene, while the driver of the other car escaped unhurt. The injured were taken to hospital for treatment. The incident caused a 4-kilometre southbound traffic jam and 8 kilometres northbound. In Negeri Sembilan, 3 teenage boys have been remanded for 4 days until Friday after allegedly throwing firecrackers at the home of an elderly resident in Seremban last Saturday. The remand order for the suspects, aged between 14 and 16, was issued by the Seremban Magistrates Court. District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Azahar Abdul Rahim said the suspects were arrested on Monday after police received a report on the incident. The case is being investigated under the Explosives Act. Earlier, a video went viral showing 3 individuals believed to be throwing firecrackers at a house. The incident took place at about 8:12 p.m. in Taman Senawang Jaya. More than a dozen killed in Pakistan attacks. The details when Nightline returns.
Unlocking the future of business.
From industry evolutions to policy changes, we go beyond the headline.
Deep insights, sharp analysis.
Understanding the forces driving tomorrow's economy.
Key financial insights that drive decisions.
This is Money Matters, every Saturday, 5 p.m.
Only on TV3 and stream now on Tonton.
Dia cari ingat balik, memang dia lain. Saya nampak dia lain. Cara dia bercakap dengan Jah lain. Cara dia pandang Jah pun lain.
Apa jadi sekali pun, Husna tetap sayangkan Jah.
Jangan jadi pembuli. Buli mental, buli fizikal merosakkan masa depan anda. Jika anda seorang mangsa buli, jangan takut. Laporkan. Hentikan buli.
Buletin pagi,
seorang jurujuk,
seorang nelayan
menjadi penyampai berita memerlukan aura dan magis pada suara, keterampilan, keyakinan dan pesona. Kami mencari wajah baru Buletin TV3. Ayo, serlahkan potensi anda menjadi suara yang dipercayai negara.
Onto the foreign front now. Hundreds of millions of people across Asia marked the Chinese New Year on Tuesday with prayers, fireworks and celebrations to welcome the Year of the Horse.
In China, crowds descended on popular temples to burn incense and pray for happiness and success as the Year of the Horse began. The festivities also included a televised gala featuring humanoid robots and a children's martial arts performance at the CCTV Spring Festival Gala. Meanwhile, worshippers flocked to a temple in Hong Kong on the eve of the Chinese New Year to make incense offerings. One of the city's largest festive events, it is believed that those who enter the temple and light the first incense will receive special blessings for the rest of the year. In Indonesia, people of various ethnic backgrounds gathered in Jakarta to watch the installation of Chinese-themed decorations and enjoy traditional music performances during the Lantern Festival celebrations welcoming the Chinese New Year. Elsewhere in Asia, Burmese people flocked to temples in Yagung's Chinatown on the first day of the Chinese New Year, coming together to pray for health and happiness.
Indonesia is facing a growing waste crisis as landfills in its capital, Jakarta, become increasingly overloaded. The world's most populous metropolis and its neighboring cities are placing mounting pressure on the roughly 8 landfill sites serving the area, most of which are now near or at full capacity. Jakarta and its satellite cities generate an estimated 14,000 tons of waste each day. Beyond the sheer volume, residents also endure strong, pungent odors that pose environmental and public health concerns. Meanwhile, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto has warned that nearly all of the country's landfills could reach full capacity by 2028. In many regions, open dumping remains common and waste is often burned, practices that release hazardous pollutants and further threaten communities and the environment. In Pakistan, 17 people were killed and 25 others were injured following 2 bomb attacks and a gunfight between police in the country's northwest. The incidents occurred separately in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province on Monday. In the first attack, militants rammed an explosive-laden vehicle into a wall near a security checkpoint, killing 11 security personnel and a girl. The blast also caused severe destruction to nearby residential buildings. In the second attack, a bomb planted in a rickshaw exploded at a police station, killing 2 civilians and wounding 17 others. And lastly, sports. On to football in the AFC Champions League Elite. Johor Darul Takzim FC JDT FC overcame their long-standing struggles against Japanese opposition with a 1-0 victory over Vissel Kobe in Tuesday's clash. Played at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, the Southern Tigers were the superior side, producing an aggressive attacking display in front of their home fans. The scoreline, however, did not reflect JDT's dominance, as 2 goals were ruled out for offside following further reviews. The breakthrough came in the 73rd minute when Brazilian forward Marcus Guilherme produced a decisive strike to secure all 3 points in JDT's final East Region League stage match. The win ended the JDT's 12-match winless run against Japanese teams and lifted them to 11 points from 8 matches, enough to seal 6th place out of 12 teams. And that wraps up this edition of Nightline. With Chinese New Year celebrations in full swing, we leave you with scenes from Beijing, where performers are delighting crowds with a range of festive displays, including a spectacular acrobatic lion dance show. With that, I'm Muhammed. I'm Hamdan. Thanks for watching and stay safe.